You are now listening to the Salty Virgins Podcast.
Welcome to the Salty Virgins Club Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. I'm joined here by the full cast, Patrick, Jackson, Kevin. I'm fresh off a flight from Costa Rica, feeling very tired still.
How was Costa Rica?
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
You guys were there for like 4 days?
Yeah, well, really 3. Thursday ended up being a much longer travel day than anticipated, but that's just what
because
it is.
yeah.
Because you
guys
got
hit
placed
traffic
in the
on the
middle
way
of a
home.
taken scenario.
Yeah, actually, why don't you just
yeah.
recount it? Because listen, we've made fun of you for overselling certain things before. That was not a text I was expecting to be hit with on a Thursday afternoon.
You think I was expecting to be hit with that information? Okay, so we got off the plane in Costa Rica. I've never flown international. I've been to other countries with the boys even, but I haven't flown international. So I don't really, not since I was young anyway. So it's like, I didn't know what to expect. And was like, yeah, I got global entry. I'll see you on the other side. And I was like, they're going to put a finger in my ass and there's not going to be much I can do about it, aren't they? She's like, maybe. So customs took about an hour and a half. Immigration took about an hour and a half. Customs was exactly 1 second.
Yeah, going into another country is a bummer because none of the shit that you got matters.
Nope.
It only matters when you're going back into the U.S., so there's no
Right.
way to expedite going into... But, I mean, it's fair enough, but it fucking sucks because all the people that are native and are going back home, they're going through their fucking breezeway channels, and you're just watching.
Oh, yeah. They were oh, God, it made me sick. Seeing
in
the
Europe?
nationales.
In Europe, if you're European and have certain clearances, you just walk up and look in the fucking camera, thing goes ding, and they were just through, and I'm sitting in line. Are you fucking kidding?
That's how I got into England, though. That was customs. I looked at a camera and I was in the country.
Well, that's how we got off the cruise ship, too.
I've had that
Because,
when I went Europe to Europe countries, that happened. But when the flight from U.S. in to Spain, I did not get that privilege.
Oh, really?
I would have loved to.
Yeah, the flight into Gatwick, I think. Or
But also,
Heathrow. Yeah.
as customs and immigration, as like an aside, and just general like security stuff, is the level of security that you undergo definitely varies based on the amount of people coming in and the amount of staffing that they have. Because
Right.
if you're just like the only flight and there's just like 1 or 2 people, sometimes they just fucking open the doors and they're like,
And let you go. That's what they did on the way back. Because we were the only international flight coming into Houston that day. So they were just like, go, bro. Like, it's fine.
We know where to find you.
Right. You're back home. Like, you're not leaving. But, once we got off the plane, got through immigrations and customs, I just got a cab because it was, like, about 8-ish, 8:30-ish. And I was like, I don't want to deal with an Uber. I don't speak
cabs
Spanish
are
enough.
actually generally the way.
Right. There's an aside about that later. But.
Yeah. Cabs are more verifiable, very much the way. And they're
I
not
agree.
as exorbitantly expensive as they are like in places in the US, so.
This cab was expensive.
Well, emotionally, monetarily.
Yeah, no, it was all around bad, I'll be honest. So, we get in the cab with this guy. He looks like a head cabbie, like main cabbie guy. He
What does
looks
that mean?
fucking... He just had this, air about him. He was like, you guys need a cab? And he just, like, snatched us up. For a second, I was like, maybe this is how it ends. I was like, it's fine.
Snatching
Anyway.
up, huh?
Maybe. I mean, that's as likely as
Like
anything
foreshadowing?
else. Well, I wish I was that good. So, we get in the cab with this guy. We start moving out of the airport, and once we're out of the airport, we see there's, like, a whole lot of traffic. Like, a whole lot of traffic. But we don't speak Spanish. This guy doesn't really speak that much English.
It's gonna be a quiet ride.
Right. So, I, mumbled, I wonder if this is normal. And he was like, no, not normal, not normal. I was like, okay, that's fine. Just waiting, hanging out. So he takes, 2, maybe 3 phone calls or something. We haven't moved. Not 1 inch have we moved. And we're about maybe 500 feet outside of, the airport gates. He takes 2 or 3 phone calls. And then he's like, he starts to try and, have a little conversation with us because, like, he realizes we're fucking trapped in this car for as long as the road will have us. So he's making a little conversation, light, whatever. I'm tired. I'm not really into it. Emma's talking to him, just fucking talking away. Fine, whatever. So through the course of their conversation, I think she asked, "Do you have any kids?" or something like that. You know, the basics. And he was like, "Well, I just found out that one of my sons is missing." And yeah, he just like dropped that shit on us. And me being who I am, I'm like, I don't want to talk to him anymore. Like, if I wasn't uncertain of how I would get to this hotel, I would get out of the car right now.
Just start strolling down the highway.
Yeah, when you hit us with the text that you were stuck in traffic, not moving, and your cabbie had just been informed that one of his sons was missing, my first text, and Pat actually texted it before me, I was like, is it possible to get out of the car? Is it possible to just say, here's the money for now? Listen, good luck making a U-turn, dude. Like, I hope you find him, and then just fucking walk. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, me and Emma had like
because when you said stopped, and I was like, already like being in a cab where you don't speak the same language is generally good. If it's a frustrating situation, it's a little bit tough, but it's generally good because it's gonna be quiet. But just the fucking like the tension. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
the vibes were, as Jackson put it, very immaculate. They were very immaculate vibes in that car. And you guys know me. I don't want to talk to you about your personal issues, especially not if I just fucking met you and we don't speak the same language. Like, I can't help you at all.
It's real hard to ask someone to repeat themselves or what a word means when they're talking about... Like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand that word as he's getting through, like, my son is gone. Like... What's Eho? What does that mean? I'm sorry, Eho. He just fucking breaks into tears, like.
Right. So I didn't want to engage with him at all for the rest of the ride. But we were, I mean, with the most serious of manners, we were stopped
like
on
Malcolm
the
in
highway.
the Middle, get out of the car, have a fucking adventure, stopped.
Not one, but two different people came through with plantains. Two different people.
That's pretty sick.
No, it was awesome if I wanted plantains.
You didn't accept said plantains? You didn't buy them?
No. He was, like, selling them.
Oh, just the banana? Not, like... He wasn't, like, peddling tostones.
No, Kevin, if he was peddling tostones,
What a grift, though. You just wait for traffic jams. You got the fucking portable fryer somehow. You just... Fucking
and just like the little hot dog grillers that I used to have.
So if I was stuck in traffic and someone popped by my window with tostones, are you kidding me?
I'd be 600 pounds, 700 maybe.
The whole tray. I'll take the tray.
How much?
It's like I know
$7 US. Yeah, you can take it.
What's the
I know your son's missing, but can I
Colones.
offer you tostones in this plantain in this trying time?
In this trying time. Yeah. So we end up in this cab for like 2 full hours. The drive from the San Jose airport to San Jose takes about 15 fucking minutes.
It's very short, yeah.
It's 12 kilometers, which is like 8 miles. So it's really not far at all. But because they were asphalting the road, they let one lane go on both sides of this 8-lane highway. So there was no shot we were getting anywhere.
That's chaos. Also, resurfacing a road, or I mean, I guess I don't know how long it takes asphalt to cool, but
like
isn't
12
it pretty
hours.
Quick? Oh, 12 hours. Okay, yeah. Because I don't know. Maybe I don't know if the timing works out like that, but it feels like there has to be a better time than like 5 o'clock on Thursday to resurface 3 out of the 4 lanes of a major highway.
Right. That leads to the biggest airport in the country. But
what an unfortunate time to have your child stolen.
Right, because like he couldn't
of all
get
times
out
have
of
your child stolen. Being stuck in traffic has to be the worst. Like you're stuck. You know, was there a resolution by the time you got out of the cab?
I certainly wasn't fucking asking.
Prayers up for the homie. Hopefully, there was a misunderstanding.
I hope, I pray, I beg. But also on this very stopped car ride, he was listening to the live version of Africa songs, which I thought Africa had, or Toto, excuse me, Toto.
Oh, I was like, Africa songs. Is this?
No. Toto.
Is this taking a racial turn?
Listen, I was ready for it because Spanish has got some words for black and none of them sound good. But, no, he just was listening to live versions of Toto songs.
Wow.
I thought
Do
Toto
you think
had,
he just like, this is
he
what
had to
white
key in
people
we were
like?
Americans?
That's
but,
what I'm thinking.
like,
Like, he's like, this is what white people are like. I guess what white person likes. 'Cause I like what Americans like. I don't know.
I don't know. He knew.
I wonder if he has a
we were-
playlist for white people that walk into his cab from America and a playlist for black people, and then you and fucking Emma got it, and he was like, God damn it!
He didn't have anything for me.
He went Toto. It was the wrong choice.
Absolutely the wrong choice. But it was very funny. It was just absolutely very funny. And I also thought Toto had one song, and that was Africa. Hence why I just called
Band
it
came together
Africa.
because they had this one banger. That's it.
Right. They have like at least 6 songs that sound decent. One of them's named Susanna. I don't know what that's about, but
I couldn't tell you a single bar from a single Toto song that is not Africa.
I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, not a one. I'm running through my brain. I got nothing.
Me either. Absolutely nothing. So, we got to the hotel. Nice hotel. It was in the very center of San Jose. For better or for worse, it is what it is. The middle of a city where you don't speak the language is ridiculous, but it's fine. So, things in Costa Rica shut down, or in San Jose specifically, shut down around 9:10 because of the COVID restrictions. We got to the hotel at like 9:50. So it was like there was no shot we were going to be able to go eat anything. So we Uber Eats food to the hotel from a soda, and that was fine. I was like, oh yeah, this is fine. It's like $12. This is sick. So we got burgers and fries and horchata because it was like, we'll have their version of a burger. And
I love
fries.
horchata.
It fucking bangs,
It's so
buddy.
good.
It fucking bangs. But so the burgers got there, and they were just absolutely fucking mashed because they were in a bike, like
Oh
a
yeah,
biking
they're not
Uber
driving
Eats.
Uber Eat. Like
They sure aren't.
Yep. Listen, the food will get to you. It'll get there.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, they fucking mashed our burger.
Well, yeah, because
Those-
listen, he went on one bike trip and he loaded 8 orders into that fucking rectangle bag.
There was
and
2 pizzas in there. Because he handed it to me right out of the bag. And I saw that there were just 2 pizzas in there. I was like, okay. So we got the burgers. We start eating the burgers. I take the first bite of burger. And I'm like, this has a piece of ham on it. And I was like, okay,
Hamburger.
this is strange.
Yeah, it's a hamburger. What?
Hamburguesa. Yes. Correct. And then I take another bite. And I noticed like a mealy texture. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, this is refried beans. I'm eating a burger.
I'm
with-
listening.
I'm not. There was a slice of ham, refried beans, and like melted Gouda on this hamburger. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on
That
here.
is certainly a combination of things.
That's
I've said
that's
before that
definitely
you can put-
hamburger adjacent.
Was there a burger patty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know.
No,
no,
now this makes
that's
sense.
fair.
I thought they just no burger patties, ham, cheese.
That would be nuts. I would be so upset.
I've said before that I would eat refried beans on pretty much anything, so I'd have to give it a try. But that is certainly an assortment of items.
Right. So you can see where I'm like, maybe Costa Rica ain't it. Like, for a quick moment, me and Emma were looking at each other like, it'll be too expensive to go back home real early, but like, it's not looking good for the program right now. So, we go to sleep, because we're fucking wiped. It's been a day.
Yeah, it's not a very fun travel day still. It's not too bad, but it's still like not... It's like flying across the U.S., basically.
Yeah.
A 4 or 5 hour flight, 4 hour flight, something like that.
It was 3 from Houston, but if I would have left from anywhere else, it would have been 4. So we wake up the next day, we have the waterfall tour. So we're like hype about that, but I forgot my Ultra Boosts here in America, and I was like, oh, fuck. Because I only had Jordan 1s and Birkenstocks, and we were going on a hike.
Okay. I was like,
I wouldn't say
really
Ultra
just
Boosts
need
are
to-
ideal hiking shoes either.
More so than Air Jordan 1s or
they-
Birkenstocks.
okay,
That's
Patrick.
your
Yeah,
options.
better than the two
sure,
options.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not have been that grueling of a waterfall tour.
It might not have been, but I certainly wouldn't have been able to do it in Air Jordan 1s. I'm certain of that.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Anyway,
Sounds like poor planning.
it was. I'll take it. Hand up, that's on me. So I went and bought like a cheap pair of shoes from the shoe store around the corner in the morning, and was hungry. So I was like, all right, let's just stop at the first little food stall we see and get some food or whatever. So she goes full just like rude American and just starts pointing at shit.
Yeah, not
Which
great.
I don't love, but like she's a white lady, so she can get away with it.
I get.
It's fine.
Listen, you get away with it, and it's not a problem. But I still don't love that. Like, I know the thoughts that are happening when that is.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on.
I know
Like,
just enough of Spanish to know when she's saying like mean things about you.
are they deserved? Maybe.
I think that lady's right. I think she's absolutely right.
I mean,
Love him
I've
to
used
death.
the same colorful language as her, but
She may have, points were made. So I do the deferential thing. I take out my Translate app and I'm like, what do you recommend? And then she points at a whole chicken. But Kevin, you know what I'm talking about. You know how Costa Rica has like the 3/4 size chickens?
Oh, yeah.
They're not nearly as big.
They slap.
So like, wait. We all know me. I'm a foodie. I'm a quick orderer. I'm fast on these things. When I don't speak the language and I don't really know what the food
you
is
can generally
hitting
trust a
for-
recommendation.
Right, correct.
You know that if they got a small little operation like that, at least one thing fucking slaps.
Right.
And they know what slaps.
So I went with that. I said it in Spanish as best I could. It wasn't great, but she understood. So she
Pollo?
points at...
Pollo?
No. So they call it
Polo, I
something
need
different.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Polo.
I could get through that. I know enough of that. But so she points at this chicken, and then like she takes the whole chicken out of the like hot case, and I turn around to Emma. I'm like, I think I just bought a whole chicken. Just like flustered and in shambles. I'm just
So
like,
you are Patrick at Popeyes.
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
This
no
is-
more slander for you.
To be fair, you were being spoken to in English, Patrick.
No.
At a Popeyes, not in Spanish, at a place that you still don't know the name
So
of.
I'd say there's a slight difference there. But there's parallels to be drawn for
Yeah,
certain.
no, definitely. You can analogize. Thankfully, she cuts up the chicken and gives me a quarter dark with 2 tortillas and puts it in a bag. It says, on your way, young man.
That sounds pretty nice.
A rotisserie chicken is good. I don't know if I want it at 9:30 in the morning, but good.
I forgot it was
nonetheless.
9:30 in the morning.
It was
That's very that makes
early.
it that's very funny.
So I'm flustered thinking, because like if she was gonna put a whole chicken in a bag, I was just gonna eat the whole chicken.
We're gonna
I
have to go to
didn't
the
have
airport next, try and get that bitch through TSA.
that sopping wet chicken.
Oh, greasy ass chicken. Yeah. I'm sure that would be fine.
Anyway, so I eat the quarter dark. I figure out like where the waterfall tour is picking us up and everything, and we go on the waterfall tour. That's without incident. We had a good time. Whatever. The next night we go on a volcano tour. That was pretty fun. Emma's
What volcanoes
terrified.
did you see? Did you go to Arenal?
No, we didn't go that far. Yeah, we thought about doing the ATV thing over there, and because you ATV up to the, or not up to, but around the
That bitch
volcano.
is huge.
Yeah, volcanoes are big. It's true.
Yeah. I could
We
see
went-
how if one of those blew its top, it might be a problem. I could see that.
That's what they
I
were
would
telling
definitely
us on
wanna
all
touch
the
it.
tours. Oh yeah, that was the thing. That was what like because they said
Emma
the
didn't want to
volcano
get you
was
close
active.
enough to the top because you
She knew what I was about. No, they're active volcanoes down there, so it's like something might be going on. And I was like, let's go on the volcano tour. Let's see what they got. Because I was like, maybe they got a little lava. Maybe I'll see a little lava today. Who knows?
I don't think they got lava for you.
They don't have lava for me. which is upsetting because I was like, what if it tastes good? I said that on the bus. Because me and Emma were talking, but like, there were people, like, there were some English-speaking people, there were some foreigners, and there were people who had no idea that we even existed. And they're like, black people? Wait, I don't know about that. So I had said, does lava taste good? And this Swiss girl who was next to us was like,
You
Just scooted away from you?
because I thought she didn't understand. I don't think she understood, like, enough of the context of what I was saying, plus I was speaking in another language, so she was like, maybe I
There's not a
misunderstood.
whole lot of context to what you're saying, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing was gonna make it better, but maybe she was just like, I think I misheard what you said, or like,
Probably
I
what she was
misunderstood.
hoping.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
And I was like, yeah, what if lava tastes good? And she was like,
Oh, you did say that, huh? All right.
and then just like turned around, which is fair.
Appropriate.
I can't blame her.
I'd say.
But there was no lava. The volcano was very high, and Emma, much like Jackson, terrified of heights. So when we looked down off the side of the volcano, she's like, damn, I'm kind of having an anxiety attack right now. And I was like, this was your idea. And she was like, well, it is what it is. So
I regret it.
yeah, because
It was a bad one.
We were like 9,000 feet up or something, like super high. I think he said 3,000 meters. Yeah, so 9,000 feet. And it was really cool. It was cold up there, like super cold up there, but it was really cool. And then the last night we went on like a food walking tour, and that was
That sounds
really.
awesome. Like street food?
We did street food, and then there was a gourmet dinner at the end. So you got a little bit of both.
What was your favorite meal? Go.
The last one we had, the gourmet food with the from the walking tour, it was, I mean, some of the honest to God best food I've ever had in my entire life, and that's
was it?
super high. So we had, I can't remember what the fruit is, but it's a little red fruit, and they have to boil it for a really, really, really long time before it's like even edible at all. They turned that into, so they like sliced it. It's almost like an apple consistency once it's like done. They sliced it really thin and then turned them into chips. So they like fried them or dehydrated them. I'm not totally sure. And they had like a house-made mayonnaise underneath. Out of this world. And then the main course was, so Kevin probably knows, they make like a corn rice. So it's not rice, it's like made out
Patrick
of
is
corn.
listening.
Yeah. They have really good corn down there, actually. But
Booking a ticket now?
Yeah, booking flights to Costa Rica.
but they turned it into a risotto.
Say less.
Yeah, this shit was fucking so good. Oh my god. It was like the perfect amount of creamy. It was the perfect like richness. It had like, I ate tomatoes down there. I gave up my bitch assness and
Wow,
I
look
ate
at
some
you.
tomatoes down there. So it had a little tomato granita and then some like smoked steak. Buddy, it was so good. And then we had tres leches for dinner or for dessert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a good note to leave on.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It was a good trip. But we are already planning to go back. We'll probably go with our Southwest Companion passes that we got.
Hell yeah. That's a solid, such a solid,
Yeah.
like, perk.
Gonna run those for probably one back to Costa Rica and one back to, one to Jackson's wedding. Because the day after Jackson's wedding is the last day of the promotion. So,
You're welcome.
Pretty good.
thank you.
Why didn't you go whitewater rafting with Christine?
Because she was on the other side of the country.
Yeah. I was so jealous. We did whitewater rafting when I went, and it was so much fun.
Emma has like a thing about whitewater rafting. Apparently, she fell out of the raft as a younger person, and
I mean,
now she doesn't want to
didn't
do
Christina fall out of the raft this time? And she made
Christine
that.
fell
Falls
out.
of
She fell out when we went. She was first to fall out, so she had to buy everyone drinks. I think she was the only one to fall out, actually. There was, when I went,
I
there was a boat that
honestly,
got,
I would not be
stuck.
surprised if she fell out and then just broke every bone in her body.
Had an allergic reaction to the moss that was on the rock that she clung to.
Right.
I love you, Christine. Sorry, but it's true.
We love you to death, but you be getting hurt. She almost lost her eye in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
As one does.
They had to call the fucking It wasn't an
Ophthalmologist.
ophthalmologist. It was an optometrist. Right? Isn't that there's? I don't know. Anyway.
Ophthalmology is the surgery part of it.
Oh, so maybe I don't know. There was one of the two eye doctor specialties. Like they only had like one or two at the hospital. They weren't there at like 3:30
Whenever
in the
it was.
morning when she was. So they had to like call him and get him. Like it was a whole thing.
But
Good
she
times.
has both of her eyes and can see. So.
Yeah, I mean it ended up being all right. Whitewater rafting was very fun there. It's falling out can be an issue. When we went, there was like they went into like an emergency protocol because one of the rafts got stuck in a very dangerous place. And as me, someone in a boat that was safely downriver, stuck in some rocks, as the instructors all scrambled to like do the things they've only practiced in drills. It was amazing to watch because they saved everyone. But boy, if I was in that fucking raft, they ended up having to like fashion a massively long rope, throw it to the raft, get someone to hold it. Then they had to jump out, and then they had to pull them over because there was rocks directly below the raft. So they couldn't get people out of the raft because it would push them into the rock. So they would take them out and then just basically guiding them with the rope. It was very well executed operation. Props to the staff there. But I'm sure I would feel differently about the operation if I had been in the raft that was stuck on a foot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was
No,
like, wow,
I absolutely
this is
do.
good for them. Wow, this is an amazing experience. Yes.
It's like watching Sully land the plane on the Hudson. You're like, yeah, I'm glad I'm outside that bitch.
That is amazing from the outside.
I'm
Right.
not flying today.
Absolutely not. But yeah, it was a good trip. I'm gonna go back. Didn't get to see Christine, but that's okay. Ubers cost $1 US over there, so that's nice.
Yeah, what's the conversion US to colones?
It's 600 colones, so like 60 cents, 60-ish
Oh my
cents
god.
to $1.
That
Yeah,
feels
it's about.
that feels very different than I feel like when I went it was like 40 colones to $1. So yeah, maybe things are
But you went 5 years ago now.
Yeah, wow, that feels like a big multiple.
Inflation's fucked up, don't you think? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, it was like 60-ish cents. I would think it was like 6.012 or something. I don't know. I don't care. It didn't matter. Nothing was that expensive to begin with. So
Yeah, fair enough.
but
Fun.
it was a
Costa
good
Rica's
trip.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
Strongly recommend.
Yes. However, I can't say I necessarily recommend leaving the country in the middle of a global pandemic, but I had fun while I was there. Also, when we were over there, like some of the tour guides would be like, so like, what's it like in America? That kind of stuff, you know.
It's
Basically.
terrible. We hate it.
Yeah, no, me and Emma would say that, and they're like, oh, really? And we're like, yeah. And then we were at dinner the last night, and the tour guide was like, so like everybody's vaccinated, right? And we were all like, yeah, because it was just 5 Americans on that tour. And our tour guide was like, so like, what the fuck is up with everybody else then? And we were like, do you
Wish I
have
could
2
tell ya.
days? 3
like,
days?
brother, you are asking the question.
My flight is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. How long? Like,
I have to
It would take
explain
me a
to
really
you
long
how
time.
this pizzeria that doesn't have a basement somehow has a basement with pedophile Democrats assault children.
right.
In order to get
you have
anywhere,
time
you need
for
to
that?
understand that first.
He's like, you know what?
That's
Never
going to take
mind.
about 12 hours.
I'm sorry I asked.
Essentially, that's what happened. Because like Costa Rica, I think he said they were like 72% vaccinated for their whole population, and the only reason they're below 90 is because kids couldn't get it
Yeah,
until
also,
recently.
infrastructure is just remarkably worse, and like the amount of effort that has to go out to get that many people vaccinated is like way more.
Right.
So it's disgusting that
that
we're
like
getting
the people,
fucking beat up in participation rates.
because like Costa Rica's got some like cities, but it also has some of the most rural areas you will ever fucking see on the side of a mountain. So like if those people are getting vaccinated, I don't know what to tell you, Peggy Sue, but you need to figure it the fuck out.
No.
No, they certainly
I
won't.
will.
I refuse.
But you can go get vaccinated at your local Target.
My quarterback told me I didn't need to.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad person.
It's a bad guy. Jeff Bezos, bad guy.
people in my fucking
Elon
tax
Musk, that
class,
guy.
people in my tax class this morning were defending Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos,
Oh,
and I was
people
just like,
love Elon Musk. Like,
I literally, they love him. There was a fucking dick flute solo going on over there, and I was just like, Jeff Bezos got divorced. Do we know why? Does anybody know why? Everybody looked around the room. They're like, oh, no, they don't know. I was like, yeah, because he, I didn't say he fucked his best friend's wife, but I was like, he, was consorting with his best friend's wife. And they're like, because it's Mississippi and they got to clutch their pearls about something.
While the best friend fucks their wife. But
Damn.
Right. But yeah, so they were all like, oh, well, I mean, and it's like, there's no I mean. That's a bad guy. And then also he makes billions of dollars and goes to space in his dick rocket while the Amazon workers sleep in the parking lot of their job.
and pissing jugs.
Right. Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy. What do you mean?
All that money, he must be a good person.
People really do conflate those two things.
You see how amazing he is? He offered to liquidate $10 billion at the whim of a Twitter poll. What a zany guy.
He's a guy, all right. Yeah. Someone.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I want him dead. Musk, Bezos, Buffett, all of them. Get him out of
Leo
here.
DiCaprio might be fucking Bezos' girl already.
Did you see
Wouldn't
those
that be
motions?
sick?
I didn't know you could move a hand that way.
What
I
was
actually
he
don't know.
saying to her?
I don't know. But he has to
Do
be...
you know the video we're talking about, Jordan?
No.
There was like an art gallery last night that Jeff Bezos and his wife, like, and apparently, and like, I don't know, maybe it was Leo's thing, I don't know, but they like, there was a video of them walking up to Leo and like saying something, and Jeff, or not his wife, his new girlfriend, she got so fucking close to Leo. She basically rested her titties on his chest as she asked him a question, just like looking up at him, and then he did some weirdly flamboyant hand motion, a hand wiggle to a fucking little wave thing, and then just like walked away, and they followed him. It was a bizarre video. I watched like 20
It
times.
had to be some kind of like New World Order like hand signal.
I haven't seen this.
First,
I wish I
thought
had.
he was Dikembe Mutomboing her. Because there was kind of a finger waggle, and I was like, did he just be like, bitch, get the, like, did that just happen? It was not that. It was something else. I don't know what it was, but it was very confusing. But she definitely wants to fuck Leo DiCaprio. Listen, I don't blame her.
I'm assuming she did with Jeff Bezos in the room.
That was simply the smoothest I've ever seen a hand do
I
anything.
didn't know hand
ever.
muscles work that way.
What was he saying? What did that mean?
I don't know, but you know what it did? It worked.
Yeah. That woman was looking at Leonardo DiCaprio like a snake looks at a baby. It was just she was sizing him up. She was going to swallow him whole right
Like a
there.
Snake looks like a the snake looks at a baby.
Snakes be eating babies.
All right. I mean, finishing up with the swallowing him whole like a snake. Multiple levels here.
Yeah.
Let's just end on that.
Thank you for listening for this episode of the Salty Virgins Club podcast. We're gonna go play.
This might be the last one on Twitch because of all the shit we'd be saying about Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Listen,
Catch us on
Move over
YouTube
to
Gaming.
YouTube.
Facebook
Same
gaming,
place, same time.
metagaming. I'm assuming it will become.
I'm not doing this. See y'all.